So the question for today is, can I make a bright green soap using turmeric-infused oil and natural indigo powder? Let's see. Okay, so of course we got the answer to my question. No, it did not create the bright green that I wanted for the soap. Perhaps if I would have used different measurements of the turmeric-infused oil and the natural indigo powder, but I kind of doubt it. And the reason that I doubt it is because I used a good amount of the natural indigo powder in the darkest layer here, but it still was nowhere close to green. What I thought was going to be yellow in the turmeric oil actually was closer to orange. And because of that, I ended up with a more brown color because of course, orange and blue is going to make brown. So the color did not come out the way that I was hoping that it would. Now I've seen someone online since I made the soap who has used a natto infused oil along with the indigo powder to make a green, and that will be what I try next. So aside from me not getting the green color that I wanted, there are the 3 categories that I do want to go over. That was what went well, what didn't go so well, and what I learned from this. So in terms of what went well, overall, I got the answer to my questions. My experiment did provide a result, so I would say that's a success. And overall, it's set up nicely. It was hard enough by the time I took it out the mold where I didn't need to be too concerned about it smushing or leaving major fingerprints on it. One other thing that unexpectedly went well with this is that I had 0 soda ash. This may be a first. Here's why I think I had 0 soda ash though. When I was measuring out the water and dividing it into 3 containers, I believe I kind of lost a little water. In other words, I think I had an unintentional water discount, which I hear is really good at preventing soda ash, but it does make me want to try using a water discount. I know it's a little risky and it can make it so that you have to move more quickly when it comes to getting the soap in the mold, but I'm really liking not having to steam off the soda ash afterwards. Look at there. See? I don't know if you can see. 0 soda ash. I'm loving that. Another thing that went well is the scent. That was my first time using that scent combination and I like it. I think lime is becoming one of my favorite essential oils to use. Lime has just not disappointed me yet. It blended really well. It's kind of a little fruity type smelling, especially for kids. I think it's a fun scent, if that makes sense at all. As for what did not go as well, I have quite a few bubbles. I did not quite expect to have that many bubbles in it. So when I was cutting, I noticed bubbles. I'm not sure if you all can see it, but this one has 2 bubbles here. This one has a bubble here. So near that upper layer, especially because it had gotten so thick, then it did make it prone to get bubbles. So I wasn't too surprised by that. But it had more bubbles than I anticipated. And in fact, I was looking at the bars and I'm like, what are these little spots? And I realized that they are actually not little white spots. They were actually bubbles that I could see once I cut the bar of soap. Another thing, I wasn't trying to make this necessarily a beautiful soap in terms of the design, but now I look at it, I would have used a swirling tool because this layer that's here in the middle especially, it just kind of is in an odd position. So something small, nothing major. Part of the reason I did not use a swirling tool is because by the time I went to pour it in, as you could see, it thickened up on me. So I was just glad that I was able to get it in before it completely froze up. So my attention was more so on just being relieved that I got it into the mold in the first place. Aside from what I learned when it came to trying to create the green colored soap, I'm still figuring out the color to expect when I use the turmeric-infused oil or turmeric period, because I want to show you all something. About a month or so ago, I made a turmeric ginger soap, and this actually used the turmeric powder. I didn't use the infused oil, and you can see what a difference in the color I was able to create here with this bar versus this color that started out a brighter orange, kind of like a brownish orange at first, but it faded into this lighter color. And so you can see the difference there. So I just wanted to show you all that. In terms of what I learned, I'm just learning more about what color to anticipate in the end product when it comes to using turmeric either as a powder or an infused oil. And so that is it for today. As always, thank you all for joining me. I'm starting to show you all more of the soaps that I'm experimenting with versus the ones that I just kind of think are boring to me just because I've done them before and I know that they work. So thank you all for joining me for yet again another journey as I am making soap. As always, please like this video, subscribe if you're interested in seeing more of my content as I continue on my soap experimentations that I am posting here on YouTube. Thank you again and have a great one. Bye.